Alright everyone, Atlas the Wizard here. Today we're going to be doing a tier list for the Legends, Season 11, Stormpoint. I've been playing a lot of Stormpoint, same with Ranked Stormpoint. I've also been playing with a lot of friends that have mastered their Legends. I'm getting a lot of feedback from them. So if you don't know, if you're new to the channel, I am a Lifeline main. I've been playing her for a while, since the beginning. I've stuck with her, and when I make these tier lists, this is all based on like really good players that I befriend along the way. Again, people that I fight online, of course, off a ranked, casual arenas, all that good stuff. So uh, this tier list in particular, it's gonna pinpoint the new meta, which is the sniper meta in Season 11. It's going to be huge. Personally, there's just going to be triple takes and longbows in competitive. I've seen it, I've played it. It gives me the best results. So I'm going to be rating these legends based on their performance on a giant map, and like I said, including the current meta that we have right now. So let's start off with Bloodhound. Bloodhound is in the middle of S tier. He's just a solid S. He's not S plus. Um, he's just S tier. He's so good in this giant map. His ult, you pop your ult and you see people for miles, right? Um, Personally, I don't want there to be a limit. I think Bloodhound's in a good spot right now. He's just S tier. Same with Gibby. I would rate Gibby just a little bit above Bloodhound. Right now, Gibby's like the second best legend in the game by far. I don't think Gibby needs any changes. From what I know, they made his bubble a little bigger, so that'll help out in comp. That'll help out in pubs. It's so visible and so clear. When Gibby throws his bubble, he's probably the best, one of the best top three legends in the game for sure. But right now, he's the second best legend in my opinion. He is S, right above Bloodhound. Oof, and we start getting into Lifeline. I was really thinking about it. I was like, I should put Lifeline in D tier. That would be my first D tier legend. However, I'm gonna put her in C minus. Again, Lifeline's, for those that don't know, I mean Lifeline, right? So whenever whenever Lifeline gets severely damaged, that drone is gonna be for me, unfortunately. There was a point where Lifeline's drone was for the team. That was seasons ago. Lifeline right now, currently in this giant map, is C minus. The only cover that she gets is from her ultimate, and it takes a minute to deploy, and it's super situational. Even in Stormpoint, a lot of the indoor areas, houses or buildings, structures, whatever you want to call them, right? HUDs, or huts. I mean, she's not very viable. You have to be super coordinated with this legend, which is why I'm putting her in C minus. She needs a shield again. At least give her a breakable shield or something, because she's not it right now. She's not it in comp. She might be good in arenas. I mean, she's good in arenas, but most people don't really focus on arenas, as opposed to the battle royale pubs and ranked. So very underwhelming. But that's my girl. That's my boo. I'm not trying to put her in D. I'm just gonna put her C minus. Pathfinder. Pathfinder is, I think, in an excellent spot this season. Again, uh, there's so much high ground on Stormpoint, and I think Pathfinder does what Ash does currently, just not as effective, right? Like the zip line for the team is just gonna you're gonna get beamed if not placed correctly, but that doesn't change the fact that Pathfinder is, for me right now, he's S minus. He's not S plus. I have a legend that is A plus right now, but I think Path is in a good spot in S minus, just because it can, Stormpoint is such a big map, and his grapple is very very quick. He's in a good spot. He's in a good spot. We have Wraith. Wraith is that A plus legend that I mentioned. There hasn't been any major changes to Wraith, but I feel like A plus is where she should be. Um, Unlike Pathfinder, I feel like she's one tier below because the sniper meta, right? Like I mentioned, I've seen Wraiths get sniped. Like yeah, she moves a little bit faster when she pops ult to, reposition your squad mates and everything, but currently she's not in that upper echelon like she used to be, but I feel like she's in a great spot. And personally, I wouldn't make any changes to her. She's all around well-rounded. Now Bangalore. Bangalore, I put her in kind of the middle of A tier. She is in the middle of A tier if I'm looking at my notes correctly. She's just smack in, you know, Bangalore, aka Anglore. Like I said, Storm Point's a big map. Her ult, covers a lot of ground. There's a lot of open space, and it's rare that you're gonna toss ult in a building or something, unless you're trying to breach it, unless you're trying to avoid uh, a 1v6, you know what I mean? Or let's say a 3v6 because you're with your squad, right? Three-person squad. She's very good in that aspect to focus on one fight, right? And keep the other squad away from your squad and yourself in such a big map. So for me, she's just a solid A. She's great. Caustic. Now, Caustic, unlike Bangalore, he's a little bit lower in the A tier. Maybe a little A minus. In King's Canyon, he's S, right? But we're talking about Stormpoint. He's A minus. I feel like Caustic is one of the better medics. If we're talking about his ult, right? Like he just drops his ult, say your teammate's down, you pick him up. Like it's so easy for Caustic to be one of the best medics in the game. Unlike Lifeline, sorry, Lifeline. But Caustic's in a good spot. He's better than what he used to be in a couple seasons. But he's great. He's great. Now we start getting into Mirage. Mirage is my first solid C tier. I know I said Lifeline is C minus. Mirage is just C tier. Um, he's a better revive option than Lifeline. Granted, he's not hands free. Oh, and that's also what I forgot to say about Lifeline. The reason that she's C minus. Sorry, I'm like backpedaling. But the reason why I put Lifeline in C minus is her animation for reviving. When you tap it, she's vulnerable for like a split second, and that gives people enough time to beam you, right? Like it's not, I don't know. You need to be in a good spot to even revive people now. Like reviving two people at once means nothing if you're getting aped by like two people that are still up and you're vulnerable while reviving. Like it's not optimal. But like I said, Mirage is optimal. It's a big map, and if positioned well, his revives come in very clutch, even better than Lifelines. Now we have Octane. Octane is right below uh, Wraith, but just by a little bit. Just because we have gravity lifts, right? And there's so many ways to escape without Octane. But Octane's for those instances where you're not by a gravity lift, right? Or a gravity cannon. So I would put him A plus for sure. He's gone down a little bit on the tier list, but that's just because of the gravity cannons. If it weren't for those, he would probably be S. But he's still really good. Probably one of the best legends for sure, for comp, for ranked, for whatever. Now, the same thing could be said about Wattson. Personally, I have Wattson in C plus. She's better than Lifeline, right? Like she can put up fences so people can't come in. But she's very situational in that sense. But she's C plus. She's received a major buffs this season. Pylons are taller, do a little bit more damage, right, or something like that. I honestly don't play with many Wattsons, but when I do, it's a huge difference, especially in such a big map. She's definitely one of the best end game legends, but just because she's end game, she's very tailored to ranked, right? Where you have to have that communication, and I think I think that's where all the C tier legends are. It's like they're not bad, but they require good comms, um, and they have to be used correctly, right? So that's where Wattson is. She's C plus. She's not bad. And I think Crypto, the same thing could be said about Crypto. Crypto's B minus in my opinion. Again, it's a big map, uh, and his drone can do so much if used correctly. Unfortunately, I feel like his drone should do more damage. Maybe change it from 50 to 60 just because there's red Evo shields. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people don't like that, but I mean, if you pull out a longbow, I know it got nerfed, but it's like you're still doing like 45 damage or 55 damage, whatever the damage is for a longbow. It's like one bullet is better than Crypto's ult. Like, it needs something, make it a little more spicier. I would say 70 would be fair. 70 damage to his ult, I think would bring him up a good amount, but he's B minus. Now Revenant is a little different too. I think Revenant is just like a B tier. I have some good Revenant friends. Like don't get me wrong. Like the problem is, like I said, Stormpoint's a big map, and you can see Revenant's ultimate now. Like you can see it from miles away. You can hear it. So most people are gonna be prepared, um, visually, right? Like they can see it, and it's like, oh, Revenant's coming. His crew's coming. Let's get in a room, bunker down, hide in a corner, wait for them to show up, and just beam them. So with Rev Octane, right? It's very strong. Um, but it's very situational. His silences are still really good. Um, yeah, I'll just leave him at B tier. I don't know. There's nothing much else to say. Now Loba is very interesting. I have Loba also in A tier. I wouldn't say A plus, just because there's a lot of open areas, and just because there's open areas doesn't mean there's loot, right? And that's where her ultimate shines. But it doesn't take away from the fact that, like I said, such a big map. You're not gonna get third partied as easily, but you are gonna attract people with your ultimate, right? So in that sense, if you can win your 1v1s with Loba, if you can reposition yourself very well with Loba, you're in a good spot. So she's very good. Just a solid A all around. She's really good. She puts the A in Loba. Rampart. Rampart for me is the bottom of A tier. She gives you a lot of like defense and stuff. Her ultimate is also not bad. I feel like you need to combine it with other things to make it viable, but she's A minus for me. Those walls are very annoying. And like I said, most indoor areas in Stormpoint, they're either really big or really small. There's kind of like not really a middle area per se. So I don't know. She's just really good. She's just really good to have in any competitive sense. Just because it's your A minus doesn't mean anything. Like you're still a really good legend. So Horizon I would put right below Octane. So like I said, Wraith is A plus, Octane is A plus. I would say Horizon is also, yeah, just like Bangalore, just solid A as well. Her gravity lift can put her in really good spots, and there's a lot of high ground in Stormpoint, which is great. Like again, if you combine Horizon with this current sniper meta, and you combine her with open areas, like if you're out in the open, she just throws her gravity lift and she's out of that situation, right? And even if enemies try to follow her, she can just aim down and shoot them while they're trying to climb up, or sometimes people just jump off in a different direction. They're stuck going that direction. So Horizon's really good. She's just solid A. Fusey. Um, I put Fuse just with Revenant. He's just solid B tier. You have to be really good with his ultimate, and really focus it without getting shot. I think that's the only bad thing about Rev or Fuse currently. Um, It's just the placement, right, of his ultimate, just like Revenant. If it weren't for that, if there was like more layers to the ring of fire that he shoots out, it would be a different story. He might even be A tier, maybe alongside Bangalore, but he's in a good spot. He's B tier for sure. And drumroll please for Valkyrie. Like I said, Gibby is the second best legend. Right now, Valkyrie is the best legend in the game. S plus, right? There's just no comparison to Valk right now. She has the mobility when she flies. She can get repositioning, right? Oh, I got disconnected. Yeah, you can get repositioning. Uh, there's literally no one that can compete with Valk at the moment. She can reposition your whole squad. You know, missiles can kind of gatekeep people from pushing you. There's so many things you can do with her tactical, and it's really fast. So Valkyrie is just S plus. She's the best legend right now in Stormpoint by far. And if you combine her with the sniper meta, just get up on height, shoot people. It's a wrap. Like there's no comparison. There's no competition for Valk right now. She's the best legend in the game. And then we start getting into Seer. Seer, he got a fat nerf um, last season. He's not as strong this season. I am gonna put Seer in B plus. Um, his ultimate could be better. I feel like his ultimate. I mean, B plus is still really good. If if it was bigger, and maybe if it gave out more information, it would be a little different. But he's really good. Maybe his tactical should do not doing any damage. Just because I mean he has like a finisher that like he hits you with the I don't know what they are, the butterflies that he has, little microchips. Uh, what are they called? Nanomachines. The nanomachines that he has. It should do damage again. But he's B plus. He's not bad. Same with Ash. Ash is in the same boat as Path. Everyone was, for me personally, the reason why I think Ash is better than Wraith is because when she phases, she's not gonna get hit, right? Even though it's a one-way portal, you're not gonna get hit in the process, unlike Wraith. Wraith has a higher shot while she throws out her ult, right? Unless she phases instantly. But Ash doesn't have to do that. You know, Ash can keep squads away from you. Just like Horizon, right? Just like Caustic, if you wanted to, just like Gibby. You know, so you can just focus on one squad and not worry about the third party because they're getting ulted or something. I think Ash is S minus. She's slightly above Wraith. But let me know what you guys think. That's my tier list. Let me know if you have any objections, you know, if you like my list. Personally, I think my list is fairly accurate based on the people that I play with, based on the hours I put into the season. Um, like I said, I'm usually just playing Lifeline. This season, I think I'm like 30 something wins, so I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But that's going to be it for me, everyone. Take care. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you guys on the next ranked video. Take care.